Yes. Hello, children. We'll continue with our chapter 16, that is climate. Uh, this is page 125. Last three lines are there to be explained. So pay attention. The advancing monsoon rainy season, June to September. India is an agrarian country, and so the rainy season is very important season for India. About 80% of the rainfall country is received between June to September. Indian farmers is busy in farming from the beginning of the rainy season. Southwest monsoon winds are responsible for the rain in this season and the humid and cloudy weather. That is why this is known as season of southwest monsoon winds. A short question is asked, suppose southwest monsoon winds, write a note on it. You have to write these points. Almost entire India gets rainfall due to these winds. By the end of May, a low pressure develops due to high temperature over India and Central Asia. See, by the end of the May is a summer, it's very hot. During that time, a low pressure develops due to high temperature over India as well as Central Asia. At this time, Indian Ocean in the south develops high pressure. So wind blows towards northern low pressure pockets. The summer monsoon wind blow from the ocean towards India, as these winds are moisture laden and they bring rain. See this picture here, 16.3 India, southwest advancing monsoon. This is southwest. So how the directions is being seen on this green map, if you see how the winds are getting low pressure and high pressure and reaching slowly and gradually, it is capturing the whole of the country. Due to the peninsular shape of South India, last two lines on page 126 is your 1.4 answer. The southwest monsoon winds are divided into two parts, Arabian Sea current and Bay of Bengal current. Now, Arabian Sea current. Generally, the monsoon in India starts in the beginning of June at Kerala in South India. Western Ghats obstruct the southwest monsoon winds coming over from Arabian Sea. So, the entire coast on western slopes of the Ghats receives heavy rainfall. There is a Western Ghats. If you see this picture here, the Western Ghats, this area, coastal area on the side of Arabian Sea. So, what happens there? It rains more in the coastal area, because it is the big obstacle is what? The Western Ghats, the mountains, the hills on that side. When these winds cross Western Ghats, they reach to the plains, the plateau, that is peninsular. But the moisture is being reduced by that time. So heavy rain is in the coastal area of that particular place. Hence this leeward region gets less rain. Mumbai gets more than 200 centimeter rain, while Pune, which is little farther, gets 75 centimeter rain, because Pune is little far away from the coast. So the Mumbai is near the coast, it is on the coast, so getting 200 centimeter, but Pune is little far away, so it's getting only 75 centimeter rain. Rain decreases northwards from Kerala to Karnataka, Goa and Maharashtra on the western coast. One branch of this current enters Madhya Pradesh through the Narmada Valley. This current further merges with the winds coming from Bay of Bengal. See both the sides, it is peninsular. So it is entering from Arabian Sea after moving from Maharashtra and Goa, Karnataka, it get into Madhya Pradesh through the Narmada Valley. Then this merges with the wind coming from Bay of Bengal from both the sides. So one branch of this Arabian current passes over Gujarat, Saurashtra and Kutch and advances towards Rajasthan. Here in this picture 16.4, they have shown the annual rainfall. The less rainfall the area, then it has been increasing up to 400. So coastal area, if you see, of Arabian Sea side and some parts of East India where the rainfall is more. Turn the page. Advances towards Rajasthan, and then there are no high mountains or dense forest in Gujarat. So there is less possibility of condensation of their moisture in these winds. After giving rain in Gujarat, when these winds enter Rajasthan, they contain less moisture, so Rajasthan gets very less rain, and desert get less than 10 centimeter rainfall. Next comes Bay of Bengal, second branch of southwest monsoon winds, which enters first West Bengal, reaches up to Meghalaya. These winds contain maximum moisture, which gives heavy rain in Meghalaya. Now the slopes of Kashi, Garo and Jaintia hills receive heavy rainfall. The hilly areas getting heavy rainfall. Winds then deflect and blow from southeast. They cross over West Bengal, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, and then it reaches to Haryana. The moisture which contain is getting decreased, and these regions which fall in this way get more rainfall, and gradually the last regions get less rainfall. Further, both these currents coming from Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal merge, giving good amount of rain in northern Himalayas region. Snowfall occurs there occasionally. Along with the monsoon winds, cyclones originating. Now see, monsoon winds are blowing, which is giving us rain, but cyclones also getting originated over Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea, and they enter India. Because of this, monsoon becomes more active in some area. During monsoon season, an average of 5 to 6 cyclones pass through India and help in bringing rainfall. India receives her rain through monsoon winds, but these winds do not blow throughout the year and from the same direction. See, we are getting the rain through monsoon winds, but these winds do not blow throughout the year from the same direction. The onset of these winds is also irregular. The phenomena of rain break is associated with the monsoon winds. The monsoon rain falls for many days, but there are few rainless days, and again it is followed by the spell of rain. It happens like you get continuously rainfall, then there is a break, and again the spell of rain. This phenomena is called rain break. There is also variation in the physical feature in our country. All these factors affects the distribution of rainfall, and this made the amount and distribution of rainfall unequal in India. Assam and Meghalaya receives very heavy rainfall, while the deserts in Rajasthan and Leh in Kashmir receives insignificant, that means very less rain. Now we'll see the next point, retreating monsoon, which is October to November. This is also one of your answer 2.2. Now duration between October and November is better known as retreating monsoon. The vertical sun rays gradually shift southwards. The rays of the sun, vertical sun rays, gradually it is getting shifted to southwards and create low pressure over Indian Ocean in south. We talked about Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal. Now we are talking about the Indian Ocean, which is in south. High pressure develops gradually over North India. By the end of September, a fresh pressure system develops over Arabian Sea and West Bengal, which weakens the monsoon winds which have already reached the interior part of India. When the pressure conditions change afterwards, this wind starts flowing back towards the sea in this month. That is why it is called as retreating monsoon. Now these winds are going back again in the month of October and November. So this period is called season of retreating monsoon. At this time, a season of dry and cool wind starts instead of hot summer. Clear sky and increasing temperature are main characteristics of retreating monsoon winds. Soil which contains moisture, daytime temperature increases, night is cool and pleasant. Daytime weather is very perplexing due to high temperature and humidity. Especially this is of October heat, it is called as, which is also known as in Gujarati Bhadravi Tap. That people of Gujarat, they call it as Bhadravi, October heat. It is like in the day you feel very hot, the temperature is high, but by the end of the evening, by the end of the day, you are getting the temperature light and very cool. Next comes the climate and human life. The climate of India is a monsoonal type. Of course, we have already seen it is a monsoon type of climate. Irregularity and uncertainty are the characteristics, which is having an impact on climate and food, lifestyle, nature of the people, agriculture. Besides being an agrarian country, This is your 3.4 answer. India is under the total control of monsoon climate. So the impact of all the uncertainties of this monsoon wind is seen on agriculture and human life in India. Following are the major impacts. Due to high temperature during most of the year in India, a large variety of crops can be cultivated. Then there is uncertainty of rain, which results to unpredictable production. Whether it is going to be less production or more. If it is more rainfall, if it is harmful, definitely it is going to affect the production of the agricultural crops. Most of the rain fall between June and September. So where irrigation is not possible. Only one crop can be taken depending on rainfall. The beginning as well as end of the rainy season is uncertain. So many times water is not available to crops at proper time. This delay causes destruction of seeds and crops production. Sometimes there is a heavy downpour of rain in shorter time. Sometimes it rains very heavily, sometimes it doesn't. So uncertainty of this rainwater gives a big effect on the crops. This also destroys crops. River gets flooded and causes soil erosion, which in long term reduces crop production. When the rainy season is over, it creates employment problems for agricultural laborers. As the farming is not year-long work, many agricultural laborers migrate to city. When they are having the crops are grown in agricultural field, they are working as a laborers. But as soon as this season goes, they have to migrate from villages to the cities for their daily requirements. Due to irregular rain, some agro-based industries face problems as they do not get their raw material like cotton, sugarcane, tobacco. The industries which are based on agricultural products. Problem of drinking water also becomes acute due to irregular rain. Life in desert or mountainous regions becomes full of hardships which directly affects people, food, clothing and occupation. This is, if you see, ध्यान से देखो 3.4 आंसर है. Now down the self study. Answer the following questions. If you will see them, page numbers are being given, so please according to this, and already I have shown you in the lesson the answers are marked, so please write down the answers in your notebook correctly, perfectly, in good handwriting, and do the maps also wherever it is required. In this lesson you don't have to do the map, only you have to do the picture which is on page 123 16.2. That's all. Thank you, children.